But if you're trying to do something else in a new industry, that's more challenging. So how did you manage with this challenge in a non-traditional industry?
Yeah, so I think this answer holds true to every startup, but it's especially true when you don't have much use cases to rely on. Get intimately familiar with your ICP. And by intimately familiar, I mean not only like demographics or company size or industries, but think about like all the nuances, like psychological triggers and relationships with their colleagues, and how do they want to move forward in their life, and what kind of situation in their business applies to your specific case when they want to buy from you, and what they think about the competitors. You get really deep. You can't go too deep regarding that. And when you start doing that research, you get more and more clarity on what you need to do and how you need to position yourselves against the competition and against what's already out there, and what content you need to create and what channels you want to be in. It just gives you a lot of context that is incredibly valuable. And for us, that learning was first of all talking to customers a lot, like hundreds of customers, until we started figuring out like patterns that really worked. And that also means like recording those calls and sharing them and actually watching those calls, and using like tools to record those calls automatically, because you never remember to actually record. But also like there are public spaces where people talk about your competition, people talk about the incumbents. People talk about a lot of things. And another strategy that was really valuable for us was hiring people from the industry that brought their insights into the company. That was crazy valuable, because they brought on like all the things that worked with the competition, but all the things that didn't work, like all the problems and all the pain points and all the things that their customers complained about. And we realized like what's our unique positioning and what's our unique messaging and what we need to do in order to go to market more effectively. So that was really valuable. And I think that holds true to every startup, but especially if you don't have enough context.
Can you give us an example of what were some of the insights that you got and how it changed your go-to-market strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. So in our space, there are incumbents. There are companies that are like the digital manufacturers that already exist. But we realized that one of the main concern for customers was that they cannot collaborate with the manufacturers that they connect them to. They just hold it like in a black box. And that was like repeating itself over and over again in forum discussions, in customer conversations. That was a real frustration. So it's not only that we built a lot of the product around that, but it's also like the positioning and the stance that we took and the messaging was really around like that. And another insight was that a good ICP for us is someone that uses the competition, because if they use the competition, they're already very educated about the problem and about what's already out there. And what we only needed to do is say, okay, do you identify with these and these challenges? Yes, okay, so move to us. And that was very effective. Now, one of the unique things in our ICP is do they use the incumbents or not? And that's like a trade that you don't put in like demographics.